Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
As it creeps closer to Michigan, the coronavirus is leading to some changes at church.
The biggest name in the UAW corruption scandal set to plead guilty as the feds consider a takeover.
And with Art Van closing its stores and employees losing their jobs, the ripple effect is already being felt across Metro Detroit. Art Van's closure came as a shock to many of the more than 3,000 employees who now have to consider looking for work.
But what about the neighboring businesses who relied on those workers as customers? As this map shows, there are 27 Art Van furniture stores, not even factoring in the Pure Sleep and others that are closing, within a 100-mile radius of Detroit.
And as Nick Monticelli reports, that's going to hurt right down to small convenience stores and restaurants.
At about 9 a.m. here at the parking lot of Frank's Chicken in Warren, there is about a dozen or so Art Van delivery trucks, all the drivers coming to get their food for the day. So obviously the business is concerned about their lost revenue, but that is not their only concern.
So what do you guys good today or not so? I know, right? It's like a mixed feeling.
Daniela Svikowski and her husband own Frank's Chicken at 14 and Mound, just blocks from Art Van's Warren warehouse.
You guys have a busy day? Yeah. And
every single day, dozens of drivers come in, drivers they consider more than just customers.
They're like our family.
They come in every day?
Every day. Yeah.
That extended family, though, also brings a lot of business, a third of their revenue, they say. So when Art Van closes,
it's a blow. Blow to the business, blow to the family. We have to make a decision. What are we going to do? How are we going to make that up?
These drivers are asking similar questions.
I've been there 20 years, and when you got kids, you live for them, and not for yourself, so it's kind of rough.
Came down on me. I'm doing this for my kids and myself. I got a house payment almost, $1,000. So
I just don't know where to go from here. I got to find a new job now. I got, money to worry about, family to worry about. I've got a son, I've got a wife at home, They're all worried too, so.
Napkins. You're good to go. Thanks, sweetheart. Have a good day. Thank you.
And yes, they are worried inside as well, but not just about the money that will be lost.
We've been through it before, and we'll be okay. Hopefully they're okay.
In Warren, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
So true. All right, Nick. Now to some breaking news in the UAW corruption scandal. We've learned former union president Gary Jones is set to appear in federal court on March 19th, and it is expected he's going to plead guilty to racketeering, embezzlement, and tax evasion. In the meantime, the U.S. Attorney's Office is hinting UAW corruption runs so deep it's considering a takeover. Business editor Rob Maloney has a look at that side of the story. Rod?
The UAW offices are here in Southfield these days because Solidarity House burned about 18 months ago. The question for everybody in the union tonight is whether, when, and if they move back to Solidarity House, will the federal government be in charge?
U.S. Attorney Matthew Schneider tipping his hand about his UAW corruption concerns, citing how the previous federal Teamsters takeover had positive results.
They have had direct democracy, direct elections of their officers, and that has worked well for the Teamsters. I think that's something that we should all pay attention to. It could possibly be a good model here.
Direct democracy is one member, one vote, something the UAW has not had since its inception. Instead, Gary Jones was chosen by his predecessor, Dennis Williams, backed by a rubber stamp convention. Fighting against that and Jones was UAW member Brian Keller.
I think the feds should throw everything they can at him.
He ran for president, got crushed. His right hand at the 2018 convention was UAW protester Omar Guevara.
It disgusts me because that's our money that's being stolen.
They've been demanding one member, one vote for years, and yet Keller does not want to see the feds take over.
We should have had the one member, one vote, and I think the membership should be able to run, and they should be voted by the membership.
That's what I'd like to see, is the membership take it. But if it takes the feds to do it, then that's what we're going to have to do. Because the only way to fix this is by getting rid of everyone.
Now, here's the problem for that argument. The union already has it in its constitution that the membership can have one member, one vote. But it has to be done essentially now by a special convention. Very difficult thing to do, very high bar to get over, and so far they have not been able to do that. Reporting live, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Just unreal every step of the way. All right, Rod.
You can see behind Rod there, certainly a dreary day, but also a little bit windy out there. But it's going to get better.
Going to get better, so saith Ben.
Which makes everybody nervous because it's 6 o'clock on Friday and it still looks like that outside. But we will fix things in a hurry tonight. Temperatures right now around freezing, but those wind chills low to mid 20s right now. If you're heading out tonight, even though the air temperatures are going to stay in the 20s through midnight, it will likely feel in the teens for most locations with those mostly cloudy skies this evening. Then all the good stuff shows up over the weekend. Wall-to-wall sunshine tomorrow, not much different on Sunday, but those temperatures are different. 46 tomorrow, 58 to finish the weekend on Sunday. We'll look at your 4-zone forecast to find out if there are any 60s in there, and a pretty wet week and some cold mornings to go with these warm temperatures as well. Kim?
Earlier today, President Trump signed a bill releasing more than $8 billion in emergency funding to fight coronavirus domestically. This comes as the number of cases in the U.S. has risen above 200. Washington State has reported additional deaths, bringing the U.S. total up to at least 14. 21 people on the Grand Princess cruise ship have just tested positive for the virus, 19 crew members and 2 passengers. And the annual Tech, Film, and Music Conference, South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, has been canceled due to rising coronavirus fears. And coronavirus is becoming a concern any place people gather, and that includes church. In fact, the Archdiocese of Detroit is adopting some precautions. Jamie Edmonds joins us live with what type of changes parishioners can expect. Jamie?
Good evening, Kim. The note went out to parishes last Friday, February 28th, saying that, parishioners should not shake hands for the sign of peace or drink from the same chalice. If you went to church last weekend, you may have noticed some changes, all in the name of safety.
We've dried out the holy water fonts. We're not using the chalice for the precious blood because that could be a means. And we're asking people, that if they would choose not to shake hands.
Monsignor Zenz of Holy Name Parish in Birmingham is following guidelines sent last Friday from the Archdiocese of Detroit. They are urging the faithful to stay home for Mass if they are experiencing any signs of illness.
If you don't come, don't worry, God will understand.
When we ask people their thoughts,
it's tough. I mean, because it kind of goes against everything that you were taught. So it's almost like, what do I do? Like, I should have faith that I'm going to be okay if I drink from this cup and that if I shake hands. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you're not exposing yourself.
Monsignor Zenz would obviously prefer for parishioners to fully participate in all aspects of the Mass. But he understands the Archdiocese precautions.
We always preach about the most vulnerable. And so I think it's a good thing to be cautious.
The Archdiocese also sent out a similar letter to all of their principals. It has multiple precautions, including wiping down the desk daily, promoting hand washing, and watch for flu-like symptoms. And if you feel sick, don't go to school and don't go to work. We're live tonight. Jamie Edmonds, Local 4.
Yeah, okay. Jamie, thanks.
Now, a Local 4 update. State Senator Pete Lucido maintaining his innocence after accusations of harassment against him were found to be credible. Shelby Township lawmaker released a statement today saying in part, quote, "Given that I have not sexually harassed anyone, nor were there any citations of a violation of Senate rules determined by the investigation, I look forward to continuing to work on behalf of the people I represent." Lucido was removed, though, as chairman from one legislative committee, as we reported yesterday.
Well, Tuesday's big election is a big deal for a lot of local communities who need to renew funding for public safety services.
Especially true in Bloomfield Township, where Kim DeGiulio met a family that knows just how important those services can be.
The sun is shining in Bloomfield Township today, but it was just under a month ago at this intersection near Square Lake Road and Telegraph where conditions were a lot different.
We got a call from the babysitter crying, saying that they had been in an accident.
In the car was 2-year-old Selah Yatuma. 911 was called immediately, and Bloomfield Police and Fire Department were there in minutes.
It was terrifying, but it was just so good to know that we live in a community with the resources to have the police, fire, EMS there within moments of the accident.
Something Chandler and Greg Yatuma want people to think about when they go to vote this Tuesday. On the ballot, a millage renewal that will split $5 million between Bloomfield Police and Fire Department each year. It's something the community is already paying for, but it needs to be renewed. Otherwise,
we're looking at between 20 and 25 personnel that we're going to lose from the police department.
The fire department would also have to lay off around that same amount, which would mean slower response times for situations like the one Selah was in.
And I honestly, I can't imagine what February 9th would have been if there were 40 less first responders to be able to attend to my daughter and the others in the accident.
The millage will not add money to your taxes. It will decrease them if it's not renewed. However,
if you're looking to save money, this isn't the place to do it. I mean, this is your family's safety. This is our community's safety.
You can vote for or against this millage renewal on Tuesday, March 10th. Absentee ballots are already out. In Bloomfield Township, I'm Kim DeGiulio, Local 4.